when Teena's down, who does she call? Who do you call when you need someone to talk to?
I have a few friends that are really, really close to me.
Right.
That my daughter's grandmother.
Okay.
A couple of my really, really best friends. I have my people.
Right.
That I call, and they call on me.
Right. On this album, you really made Howard Hewett sing like he hasn't sung in a long while.
I didn't make him sing like he I think the song made him sing, you know?
I mean, I'm really seeing him...
It's a beautiful song.
It is.
And I think that when you have a beautiful song and a great singer, it just... And a duet, a great duet with two great singers on it, it just becomes magical, even though his voice doesn't resemble Rick's at all.
Right.
But a lot of people have really been saying to me that this song, it has that same kind of magic that Rick and I had.
Right.
So it's really awesome, and he's a great person, a great human being, and I think the two of us sound really, really good together.
Yeah, no, it's a brilliant song. I mean, he has an incredible voice. I'm just so used to seeing Howard Hewett sound, really good on a song, but in a certain style, and I see him really, going into places on Lover's Lane that he doesn't normally go to.
Thank you. I mean, at one point he's singing higher than me.
Right.
It's awesome.
Exactly. I mean, I know we've spoken about some of the... I think I asked you a question once, if they were making a movie of your life, what would be the scenes everyone was talking about the next day, and you said that some of the stadium concerts with Rick and being flown in by helicopter and things like that. Are there any other moments for you that, looking back, especially now that Rick's not here, that you'd think, wow, those are some incredible times? I found it interesting at the R&B Foundation when they were talking about when you were just at Motown, before you had a record out, and you were, young artist that would sit there playing her guitar and just hanging out.
Yes, literally. I would walk down the hall and with my guitar and play for anybody who would listen.
Right.
I was trying to get their attention. So as a really young kid, I was driven. And I was going to make it happen, no matter what.
Did you ever feel intimidated being in the presence?
Did I ever what?
Feel intimidated being in the presence?
When I met Diana Ross, I did.
Yeah.
She was who I idolized the most.
Right.
That's the only time that's ever happened to me. I couldn't speak.
Right. What did she say?
I don't even remember. She was just talking, and I was introduced to her, and I kind of nodded, and I backed up against the wall because I was just like, oh my God,
wow,
that's the ultimate, ultimate to me.
And
she was who every young girl in America wanted to be.
Right. Right.
Including me.
Right. Right. From that, from the introduction that was given to you. I didn't realize, and from the statements that you made yourself, what a big fan of Chaka you were, and down to knowing the actual songs on the different albums. And
oh yeah, to me the best songs she ever wrote were the ones she wrote herself.
Right, and that's what you said.
The album with Egyptian Love Song and
Hollywood,
Everlasting Love,
yeah,
and Midnight, and that whole album is. If I had to be stuck somewhere by myself and only got a choice to have one album, it would be that.
Right.
That's how much that meant to me as a young girl.
Wow. If you had to do an album of covers, what would be on your album of covers?
Oh, definitely some Smokey Robinson.
Right.
Who I adore more than anyone.
Okay.
So he would be the first one.
Right.
That I would choose.
Did you think what song?
When I was growing up, I sang everything he wrote. And I would go to the parties with my guitar, and my friends called me Little Smokey. So, I knew every single word, every phrase, every few chords at that time, so they were all in the same key. But that's just who I love the most. And then Khan song.
Hmm.
At midnight.
If you could had to say sorry, to who would you most like to say sorry to, and why?
Pretty much everyone that I've had to say sorry to.
Hmm.
I think I've reconciled that with myself.
Right.
So I've already done it.
Right. That's good. What? I'm just asking some, like off the wall questions, just to try and, we talk about the music. I could keep talking about music forever, with you, but just to, gauge your personality a bit more. What is your most treasured possession?
My daughter.
Right.
She's not my possession, but, she's not my possession. So, that's a bad answer, but that's what I treasure the most.
Right. And what's your favorite?
So after my daughter, because really she isn't my possession.
Right.
Wow. My guitars, I guess.
Right. You were saying before you used to sing in the same key. Now I think you could just pretty much sing in any key. Is there times when people...
No, I write in all keys.
Right.
I've always wrote music in all keys. Back then I didn't, because I wasn't that prolific on my instruments yet, but I write in all keys.
Do you find yourself gravitating to one key over another? I know Stevie Wonder always wrote in certain keys for a period in his career, and then he would go into other keys at other points in his career.
I don't know. Maybe if I went through all my music, since I write in all different keys, I'm not really sure what's in what, but I've probably written a lot of songs in A. Right.
Okay. Minor or major?
Major sevenths, 2 minors.
Okay. Right. Right. What's your favorite book, Teena?
Let's see. Besides the Bible?
Right.
Probably Oliver Twist.
Oh, really? Dickens. Yeah. That's interesting. Why does that story appeal to you?
I've always loved that story since I was a little girl. Just the whole, going through everything that he went through, the struggle that he went through, and to find his family at the end. To be out there. His mother ran away from home because she was pregnant. She didn't want to shame her family.
Right.
She dies. He comes up in the orphanage. She goes through everything that he goes through, and then he still is able to get up and find his grandfather at the end of the movie.
I've noticed, you said the Bible, I've noticed you're getting outwardly a lot more religious as well. In fact, a friend of mine who's a pastor said he saw you at some award show. He says, make sure you talk to Teena about this, and you sang a gospel song, and he said him and his wife were really moved by it.
Yes, well, they liked it?
Yeah, they loved it.
Oh, good, thank you. Tell them thank you.
I will.
I've always been deeply spiritual. I have my moments, I guess, where I'm religious, and then I have my moments where I'm spiritual. And I think that they're two different things.
Right.
Going to church every Sunday doesn't necessarily make you, spiritual.
Right.
It might make you religious, and you might, be doing what the church tells you to do or whatever, but truly deeply spirituality is between you and God. And no one else should enter into that. When we leave here, we have to deal with Him one on one.
Right.
So it's really those things that you do for other people and that make you deeply spiritual. I find that that's a completely different word than religion.
Right.
And I have my moments where I'm both. Because of growing up in the Catholic Church, I have those those deeply religious moments as well. I still love to go and sit in the beautiful church and see the priest in all his robes and and listen to the songs in Latin, and I still think about my childhood, and you know. But then again, there's other things about me. There's other deeply spiritual moments that I've had in my life where, you know, doesn't necessarily have to do with church, you know.
Right.
It might be just meeting an Islamic lady at a concert in Philadelphia, and every time I go there, she's right there in the front row, and that's very profound to me.
Right.
You know?
Right.
Profound.
Yeah. If you could go back in time, where would you go, and what would you be doing?
To Egypt, and I'd want to be with Chaka when she did the Egyptian love song. I got a chance to go there in 2005.
Right, yeah, I read it.
After Rick died, I took my daughter and my best friend and her daughter, and it was really a beautiful experience. I'm an artist, so at one point we sailed down the Nile, and I was drawing. I was with the radio station GCI in Chicago. And they gave me the stateroom in the front of the first stateroom in the boat. I was actually the first person to see the Nile, you know, because I was right in the front of the boat.
Right.
And I just opened all my windows and just started drawing. And I was actually listening to that to the Ask Rufus album.
Okay.
And I was drawing a King Tut.
Oh wow. Wow.